Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my 8th lesson of D2 chapter number 16, exercise 16b, that is about the construction of histogram with equal and unequal class width. Construction of histogram is one of the most important articles of the O-level examination. So all those students who are going to appear in their O-level examination and rest of the O-level students, they all have to watch and understand these lessons properly so that you can get good marks in your O-level examination and you can grasp the concept easily. In this class, students, we will be learning basic level question number 7, and question 7 says, the first part is saying copy and complete the following frequency distribution table, and the class intervals which are given are 10 to 14, 15 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, 35 to 39, 40 to 54 and 55 to 64, and then class width 5 and 10. Oh, why is this given? Okay, and then frequency 5, 8, 6, 11, 13, 3, 4, and then height of rectangle. Students, you can see the difference between this question and the previous questions, and all those who have watched my previous lesson, they can recall that in all previous lessons, when we were constructing the histogram, I was asking it to my students that before going to the construction of histogram, you have to check the class width of all the classes. If the class width of all classes is same, we have to plot the frequencies which are actually given in the question. But if the class width of all the classes is not same, then what we have to do, we are not going to plot actual frequencies as it is. For that, we have two formulas with us. One is the height of rectangle. The formula for that will be frequency upon standard. Frequency y upon standard. Now, what is this standard? We're going to discuss that in today's class. And other is the frequency density. Density, that is frequency upon class width. Okay, now let's try to understand the meaning of the term standard. Okay, first check class width of all the classes. 24 minus 15, the difference is 9. If you recall my previous lessons, you can see that I asked you that whenever finding the difference, the number of digits is always one more than the difference. Look, from 10 to 14, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14, there are 5 digits coming. So here the difference is 9. So class width is 10. Then 25 to 29, 25 to 29, this is 4, then again 5, then 30 to 34, this is 5, 35, 36, 37, 38 and 39, and then this is again 5, difference is 4, and 40 to 54, 40 minus 54, this is difference is 14, and the class width will be 15, and the next class width is already given in the question. Now look at the information which is given in the question, that the examiner is saying that for all those classes which are having the class width 5, we will be taking them as the standard. Okay, here I want to make one thing clear to all of my students. When the class width will not be coming same, then there will be one table for which the rest of the classes will be the multiple of that. That smallest table will be taken as a standard, that either 1 centimeter gap will be taken for that smallest class, or some reference examiner will be giving you that for the smallest class you have to take the width of 1 centimeter or half centimeter. Now look, for 10 you have to take 2 standards, and for 5 this is again 1 standard, then 5 again 1 standard, then again 5 1 standard. 15 is how many times? 5 is how many times 15? 3 times, so 3 standards. And now 10 is already given, that is 2 standard. Okay, now what is the use of setting these standards? I will be discussing it when we'll be discussing the graph. And then frequency is given as the class width is not same. So what we are going to do is that we have to construct the new frequency column. So 8 will be divided by 2, 8 divided by 2, and this will give me 4. 6 divided by 1, and this will be 6. 11 divided by 1, and this will give me 11. And then 13 divided by 1, because the standard is 1, 13. And then this is 3 divided by 3 standards, and which is equal to 1, and 4 divided by 2, which is equal to 2. Okay, now on y-axis we are going to plot this new column, height of rectangle column. I hope you are clear that how to check the class width of all the classes, and if the class width is not same, then how to set the standard and how to choose the appropriate formula. Either you can go with class height of rectangle, or you can go with frequency density. Now the second thing that we have to observe, whether the class limits are given or class boundaries are given. You can see the data is not continuous, so I hope you know that how to construct the class boundaries, how to turn the limits to boundaries. We have to find the difference between these two numbers, that is 1. This is again 1, this is 1, this is 1, make it half, that is 0.5. And what we have to do, we have to subtract that 0.5 from the starting number of the data, and 10 minus 0.5, this is 9.5. 9.5 to 14.5, 9.5 to 14.5. We have to add up that 0.5 to the upper class limit of the same class, then 14.5 to 24.5, 24.5, and then 24.5 to 29.5, 29.5, 29.5, 29.5 to 34.5, 34.5, and then 34.5, 34.5 to 39.5, 39.5, then 39.5, 39.5 to 54.5, and 54.5 to 64.5. Okay, the construction of class boundary column is complete, and now let's move to the drawing of the graph carefully. Okay, now look, on x-axis we are having the class boundaries 9.5 to 14.5, and then from 14.5 to, okay, now try to understand the meaning of standard, that the class which has the class width 5 units, we are taking 1 centimeter gap for that. Now the class, second class, which has a width 2 standards, for that I'm marking first number at this place, and then I'm marking the second number at the gap of 2 units. I hope you are clear how to mark the standard. And the next class is having 1 standard, so 29.5 is marked very next to this 24.5, then again 1 standard. That's why the next number is marked at the gap of 1 centimeter, then again 1 standard, and then 3 standards. Okay, 1, 2 and 3 standards. And now the last one is having 2 standards. If adjustment of x-axis when the class width is not same is clear to you students, then the rest part of the question will not be difficult at all. Coming to frequency column, we can see the highest frequency here is 13. Okay, so we have to adjust our frequency column in such a way that we can accommodate 13 here. So I have taken the scale of 1 centimeter equals to 1 unit on y-axis. And now it's time for the plotting of these all frequencies on the graph. The first class is having the height of rectangle 5 units. So what we have to do is that we have to reach in front of 5 and we have to draw the rectangle at this place. Okay, now I hope you are clear that what is the difference between histogram with equal class width and histogram with unequal class width. Then first class is done. Second is having the frequency 4, but width is 2 units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the height of rectangle at 4. Okay, and then I have to complete my rectangle at this place. 4, the second class is done. The third is 6. Okay, then what I have to do, I have to reach in front of 6 and I have to draw the line here. Okay, draw the line at this place and complete the rectangle, and then we will be drawing the graph, completing the graph with permanent pen. And then for the next it's 11, but the standard is 1. For 30 to 34, this is 11. Okay, I have to carefully move towards 11. Okay, I have to reach in front of 11 and then I have to draw the line here. Okay, and then I have to complete the rectangle. Okay, then 11 is done, and then 13 is for 35 to 39. This is 13. Okay, now this is a place for 13. Okay, and then what we have to do is we have to complete this rectangle 13, and all of these classes have the width 1 standard. Okay, and then 13 is done, and then 1, but 1 has the gap 3 standard, so 1, 2 and 3. So my rectangle will be coming over here. Let me complete this and enjoy your work. Geometry always gives us relaxation. And then 2. Okay, and then I have to mark the point at this place. This is 2. I hope my students are clear how to construct the histogram with unequal class width with one of the formulas. Okay, let me quickly confirm this. The first frequency is 5, then it is 4, then it is 6 with 1 standard, then it is 11 with 1 standard, then it's 13 with 1 standard, then it is 1 with 3 standards. And then it is 2 with 2 standards. Okay, so before going to draw the graph with permanent pen, you must have to recheck your work. If there is any problem, you can correct that. Okay, so let's quickly go and draw these perfect lines, because in O-level examination the paper will be scanned. So in the scanner the pencil work will not be coming, so you must have to use black pointer or black pen, whatever is with you, but try to use dark black pen and try to keep at least two running pens with you, so that you should not find any difficulty during exam. Okay, during my lessons I will be giving you the hints and some ideas how to overcome your exam anxiety as well, and how to cope up with the time management problems as well. So please try to attempt your graph question at the end, because graph can have some problem, and that in the drawing and completion of graph you can consume more time, and you will be in difficulty when you will not be completing rest of the paper in time. And now we have completed the graph properly, and now what is left? The title is left. So what is the title? The title will be that histogram representing the height of rectangle. Histogram representing heights of rectangle. And the last thing, the beauty of the graph. Okay, so shade your graph nicely. Okay, shade the graph nicely. Do not consume more time on shading. Okay, very nice shading. Okay, but do it at the end. Do these all things at the end. Okay, do not consume more time, please. I'm repeatedly asking it to my students. I'm advising my students, okay, learn time management skill, because in 2.5 hours you have to complete your paper as well. I hope you are clear about today's class. Please watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel, and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.